Channel 2 Investigates, as you know, has not stopped looking into that deadly drug raid on Harding Street. And for months now, we've been uncovering new details about the botched HPD raid and about the officers behind it. Now today, another exclusive. We have learned that a private forensic team was at that home conducting its own examination. Our Mario Diaz joins us live now with what they have found. Mario?
Yeah, that's right, Bill. The forensic team showed up here shortly before 9 a.m. this morning. They went into the home within the first hour they were here, and they've been working this scene ever since, working to identify key answers to unanswered questions.
And we're trying to figure out exactly what happened here.
This has been the focus for the families of Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas, as well as their attorneys. Chuck Bork is a representative of the Nicholas family.
We don't know what happened on the day that this went down. We don't know.
Today, an attempt by the families to get concrete answers as Michael Maloney, a former senior instructor at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center for Death Investigations and Sex Crimes, was at the home with his team to investigate with detailed scrutiny.
From what our experts are telling us, there's still some bullet fragments, there's still some bullets. There's a lot of evidence remaining.
Maloney and his forensic team plan to comb the entire home through the weekend. This is his second visit to the property. Channel 2 Investigates chronicled the first one, as we were the only Houston area television station allowed at the home. What was surveyed then, as well as today, according to Bork, contradicts HPD's version of what happened in the deadly botched raid.
The initial information we've found seems to contradict the official version of what supposedly happened on the day Regina and Dennis Tuttle were killed.
As you can see here at the entryway, there's a lot of markings. You have some tape here. What do these rods indicate? These are called trajectory rods. They have established them all around the entrance point here. They reflect the number of rounds that were fired into the house, according to the forensic team that's been hired here from the outside going into the home. They've been able to identify so far over 20 locations that they say were shot from the outside into the inside. As for what it is like inside of here, this is the room that we have not quite seen just yet.
Showing you what no other Houston television station has. At 5 o'clock, we were at the home with a known forensic investigator hired by the family and their lawyers. New at 6 o'clock, we're going into the room narcotics officers busted into that day. Investigator Mario Diaz back on the scene with the first look you'll see only on 2. Mario.
And Bill, that room is right behind me here, but the entry to 7815 Harding prior to today looked a lot different. You didn't have all of these markings up here and identifiers either on the house itself or on the posts as you go into the residence. This is all the work of a private forensics team who worked here today in search of answers. Lasers, forensic marking tape, trajectory rods, and plenty of questions at 7815 Harding Street today.
We're looking for the answers as to what happened.
The home is at the center of HPD's deadly botched raid back on January 28th. The controversial raid, now the focus of state and federal investigations into how Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas were killed, as well as to how 4 officers were shot.
What we've been provided so far, we do not believe is the full and accurate story.
Michael Maloney is a former senior instructor at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center for Death Investigations and Sex Crimes. He and his team are tasked with piecing together their own investigation. The families and attorneys hiring him for one reason.
But I believe it's the only way we're going to get the complete answers as to what happened.
After entering the home for the first time on April 16th, Channel 2 Investigates entered the home again today for the first time from the front door. We walked into the front room and immediately saw blood on the floor and drops splattered on the ceiling. A variety of bullet holes also could be seen. But one key takeaway early on.
For our forensic experts' initial review, we're not seeing any evidence that shots fired inside the house penetrated the outside walls.
But plenty of shots outside the home going in at an angle.
Where were the people who were shooting the bullets inside the house? Where were our clients' loved ones when they were shot and killed inside the house?
And Bork says they will be much closer to answering those questions after the forensic team does their work here. We should note that HPD, according to them, plan to turn over their investigation sometime next week.